What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of trying to make Farming Simulator 25 the most realistic farming sim yet. We are into soybean harvest. Now, you'll probably see in the upper right, we don't have much money. Where did it all go? Well, we made a purchase. We've also paid off some of our equipment. So I believe our land all is paid off and our spreader. I think we paid those two off. I did that, not thinking anything was gonna probably pop up on the store. And well, lo and behold, something did pop up on the store. For sale, that is. And yeah, needless to say, we have a new planter. We're making a pretty big jump. And it won't hog up the entire road when we try to get about. So we'll have to keep an eye out next spring for some planting contracts, because this will make it a lot easier for us. And I think, the yield doesn't look terrible on this field, but I'm going to be honest with you. I've only had to unload the harvester once, and I'm a little worried. We're getting a fair amount of soybean bales, though. The soybean straw, so that could turn into a little bit of money. I mean, obviously, if we had to, we could sell some of our mulch and stuff early, plywood. With shotgun plywood's not a, running price kind of thing. I feel like that's not just seasonal. But it looks like the harvester's getting ready for a second unload being needed soon. So we'll probably run down this row and then back up. Just kind of doing a lot of this manually right now. We did the end of October, I should say, too. We also spent a lot of time clearing some tree lines. You can kind of see it up there to our right. We cleared all the trees against the cornfield in between our eco beans and the cornfield. So that is now sorted. There was a lot there. I think it ended up being just over 5 truckloads in the pits of mulch. So not shabby. Like I said, we'll get to the end here. We'll just turn around, we'll go up, and then we'll jump back into the Nemesis and probably get this unloaded. I actually don't have any auto drive set up running right now. Just kind of running back and forth. Because I don't want to burn funds. I mean, that's the big thing right now. We're down to $9,000. We're definitely going to need about $30,000 in the bank before December 1st. So that'll be a focus point we'll have to think about. So I will shut that down. I forgot to turn on the bale reset, so we'll finish this field, then turn it on. We'll shut that down. But I'll head up to the yard and I'll show you our new purchase. So we did get rid of the CCS. It was just too large for some of these roads, and we had to keep putting it on a trailer, and we had to go somewhere, and there's just no way of really transporting easily. You can kind of see it, but yeah, this comes from the Prairies and Plains pack, the Tempo K 24. Yeah, 24. But Vaderstad, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. This thing is a beast, 18 meter work width. It's got fertilizer. It'll be a liquid fertilizer and seed, both around 5,700 liters each. That's kind of nice. We jumped on this. I guess I left this running. Get this going. Like I said, we've only got about 8,700 liters the first time. and loaded, and that was with the headland. So to give you an idea, we're not really turning and burning in this field. We come into here, you know, a lot of the lower right was 90, 100% yield in the middle, and then maybe 125 at this top section. But again, not a lot of beans. Slightly worried that we might need to put these in a smaller tank if the next field doesn't turn out well. I'll pull up here and we'll get this unloaded so we can finish this field. But it's definitely concerning. I mean, part of me, if we only have one truck here, we're going to get probably another truck and a half off that. I might throw it into our small bin. That just might be the play for us. We get out of the way of the baler now. But yeah, it's 18,000. Trying to think here what we have for a bin. No, we do not want to. So that is a flat bottom 3608. 3608. Flat bottom. We come down here and scroll back up. None of those. $36.05, $36.07. That can't be right. Let's go up a little higher. Maybe there was something we missed. So that looks like the one right there. That is telling me, no, that can't be right. 980,000. Are these all broke? $36.08. That's crazy. That has to be broke. 980,000. So I guess we can put the one eco bean in there then. I guess that'll be our plan with that. Interesting. I did not realize that small bin was 980,000 when I placed that down. So I'm sorry. We're going to have to probably make some changes. Question now though is, do we put the standard bean into the small one for the two fields, or I think the eco bean's gotta go on the small one. I think just to be safe, that's where it goes for now. We've got the other auger set up for that. I didn't put the drive over there, but we'll still be able to pull up side of it and swing our hopper trailer over it and unload. Definitely getting a fair amount of bales off that. It'll be nice to see what we turn for a profit off these. I don't know when they're the best to sell, but we'll probably sell them in the one corn stock we have right off. Just because we do need that money before December 1st. Like I said, we have to be over $30,000, and I would prefer to probably hit 40,000 if we can. But all in all, I mean, the corn harvest was pretty solid, I thought. We've got a lot of lumber mulched up. So we've definitely got some expansion going on, which will be hopefully a little more beneficial for us next year. I gotta figure out the crop calendar. There should be a way for us to get double crop beans in. And this is gonna be crazy because I'm not gonna have to move our trailer really. I mean, right now it might be actually in the driveway, so we'll move it off to the side, but I'm not really gonna have to move far with it. Which is unfortunate. I was hoping we'd be able to turn a little more down here, but eventually, I mean, ideally this is, if we were to expand, I'd probably build a more of a yard down this way. That's my thought. Kind of level this out, and then, you know, if we wanted to build a dairy or bin sites, probably more down this way. I think that'd be the ideal play on it. Kind of take everything away from the edge of the house a little more. Probably leave the feedlot where it is, but. So that harvester is ready to be unloaded. I'm going to drive this to the top. So you know what? I will drive this actually right to the bottom. Then I'll jump into the harvester, go unload it, and then get it started on the next field. So we can try to rip through this. I mean, looking at the weather, there's no rain till possibly the next day. And I just missed a bunch of stuff there. That's the problem, not being on a track. And actually, as soon as I change into that menu, that's where we start missing it all. So, like I said, once we're done this too, I want to unload the baler, reset the bale counter, and try to be better at figuring out how many bales we turn out each harvest. I mean, there's gonna be a stack or two here definitely produced. Just unfortunate we did not get enough to fill our grain cart once fully. So very low yield take on this field. I'd be actually curious if we go up here into precision farming. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, it's telling me I'm getting 100 on this. We'll profit 10, almost $11,000. Total $2,000. Is that because it's the pricing of the land, money we put into it? Hold on. Yeah, total cost, total earnings predicted. It's still not what we want to see. We'll just kind of back up here and get this unloaded. Just knock that out right there. Push those 2 extra bales out. Alright. Now, what did we have to hit to reset? Alt-X to reset the bale counter. Down to 0. Alright. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to shut off. We'll collect bales after, but there's going to be quite a few here. We'll get the pipe open. I do find it interesting, there's like no mulch or thrashings left behind when you set up the bale option for soybean straw. I mean, and honestly, our worker didn't do too terribly. Also, you see that little piece here and there, but they cleaned this up pretty good. Now, this will be a field over here that gets pretty big. We've already cleaned up some of it, so it should be pretty compatible. And drive up here. You'll get that GPS set up. But I think we'll definitely knock out our 2 standard ones, because ideally I would like to get that other field tilled and together and get some lime down, and I might even spray early. That's my thought with that, is to spray early, but maybe not. Maybe we let it sit for the year. You know, now that I understand what flowering catch crop is, you know, it's like a better version of oilseed. Does apply some mulch level fertilization, so that's something to keep in mind. We got 21,000 liters off this field. I felt like we got more than that last year. I could be wrong, but I felt we had... Did we not have beans on this? Was this corn? This might have been corn last year. But we didn't really fertilize this one either, because we wanted to see how it turned out. And unfortunately right now, like I said, 21,000 liters, not going to do much for us here. A tad bit frustrating. But like I said, eventually I want this to be a yard down here. We can definitely really do something nice, I think, with the kind of the slope of the land. So future expansions in my head, if we can get there, that's where we would do it, I think. The other spots are just too much extreme climb and drop. But yeah, I'll get this set up. We'll get working through it a little bit, get these bales collected, and I'll be back after that. Oh, we got nowhere near the yield we were hoping for. 30-some thousand liters in the bin. Still trying to wrap my head around it. But our plan, once we get these fields all cleaned up, I'm going to put sorghum down. So I should point out, up above me, we're using the other animal livestock, the enhanced animal system with the vanilla animal changes. Looks pretty good. Found out they had a mod conflict. It was actually a bad mod on my side. The butcher mod no longer works since the current patch update 1.13. That was causing issues. That's sorted. Just not going to use it because I wasn't really using it. And once somebody comes out with something really concrete, I'll probably make that happen. But for now, we are on to Eco Beans silo setup, or bin setup. I just need to run up here and get the truck. I think I left it up here. We got all the bales stacked over there. So that should be a full truckload to sell off. We'll see what we get off this field over here. But yeah, I adjusted the crop calendar. Sorghum, it'll be winter sorghum. It'll, we haven't really seen snow yet, so I'm going to say we'll be fine. And it'll just be kind of something we can use to soak up a lot of that moisture. That's what winter sorghum is really known for. I've seen it used in New England, which is, you know, where I'm from. So I know this is down south and we're not getting as much moisture, but I think it's worth trying. And I think it'll work out quite nicely, I hope. We can actually put it down and plant corn into it too. So one of the things I might look into after we do some full tillage is maybe have an option to direct till. So we'll see. I'm gonna leave this here for now. Trying to fill that up with the cart while the harvester's running, but you know, I know the harvester's gonna go off. I probably should have set up a course, but what I'm gonna actually do, we're gonna run back all the way over here. We'll grab this, kind of bring the bale loader back up here anyway. And we'll get some tillage. I can't really do this field yet, but I think the plan was we'll, you know, run sorghum on all our fields and hope it works out and we get a double crop. So we'll have to get the bale stack moved too, but for now I can actually finish connecting this field and get the worker going on tilling all that up and getting it ready. Gears fighting there for a second to start climbing. But with sorghum, the other bright side is we can actually use the Vaterstad, I believe. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that's an option, which is kind of nice. Now, I almost do wonder, could we direct till with that? I mean, we gotta clean up the land and stuff over there anyway, but I'm actually curious because I think I have direct till on. Or sorry, no till. Just have to keep an eye out when the harvester's ready to be unfilled. I'm excited to open that up, but like I said, what we got to do right now is get this all together. I should get this unfolded. We'll come through and square this up. Interesting little glitch right there. We'll just go right through, just like so. It would help if I probably lowered this. Amateur hour here. Now I'm going to be all discombobulated. That little glitch just threw me off. That's part of the stuff from the patch. I notice anytime I'm opening equipment, it's become an issue now. And I thought maybe it was something with a mod or something I was doing, but I've seen a few other people now mention it, that when they open up certain equipment, it's just not working. Which, come on. Like, we're patch 1.13. We shouldn't be, like, breaking the game drastically at this point. I'm not trying to be mean to, like, giants, but because they can't plan for every mod, like I've said before, but it's just like one step forward, 3 steps back sometimes. And it feels like sometimes patches are rushed. But in the end, though, if we're being honest, FS25 has been above what I expected it to be. So hats off to the Giants team on that. I felt they've done a great job overall. I know some people have been too crazy about the DLCs, but I'm going to say I love them. I mean, the Mercedes-Benz, not really my thing, but I think it's also, they brought some cool features with it. You know, how they share those features, down the road will be to be seen. We're going to just try to clean up this bit right here. Try to make it work without clipping everything. It should be nice around that fence. Clean this up, and this should be, I mean, ideally good to go. I'm a little worried we haven't got the harvester needs to be unloaded yet. Alert. I would say we did not get it all. I mean, ideally, we'd throw some lime down on this. Everything should be connected now. Yeah, showing one large field. I like that. Shows only 2.9 acres there. 8.3. So, I mean, there's a lot that was in the middle that we just added to with the trees and everything. And it's almost like we missed a spot right there. I'll actually drive down here and see if there's a glitch in the matrix or if I'm just seeing things. And it looks like there is a piece of grass here. Just like that. Very good. So we'll definitely have to do some testing on this field. Probably should be what we kind of focus on right now, actually, is grabbing our tester, getting some samples with our whole $9,040 in our bank account. Just because we need to kind of retest it. I don't know why I went all the way around this way. I don't know if I can get in there with this one. I think I need the little nemesis, to be honest with you. But I mean, we do get time. I don't know, I sound like I'm rushing. It's still beginning of November. We're in the driver's seat, one would say. There's the harvester coming through again. So you're saying I missed a little bit of crop there too. We'll have to go back and look. Same over there, of course. It's always something. I mean, we do got to clean up all that in between because we'll make that one large field. That is going to be a huge field looking at it now. 30 plus acres, right? That's 15, 7, 19. So yeah, that's going to be something. I'm wondering, I think we're going to go switch out the grain cart. Because I can always have the nemesis bale after. So I think our play here is go switch out the grain cart tractor, take the nemesis back in, get hooked up to the Pro Precision Farm, and get the rest of that area back there tended to. So it looks like they've made, starting on the second pass, still haven't got the call. Again, slightly worried. Big thanks to Mark Thor, by the way. We've been talking about the tire wear mod kind of still being a little overpowered, even on the low settings. He went through and made some modifications and assisted. So I think what we should do is we should actually drive through here, not hit these deer, and they're still gonna run in front of me. And we'll go unload and see kind of where it's at. Just to be done with it, and then that should give us some time to go run samples. Probably almost should just leave the grain trailer or the hopper trailer to the side for now. I mean, I'm not even seeing it at 50%. That is unfortunate. We're just not getting good numbers off these beans. Maybe, you know, having that winter crop on will help. I'm hoping it does. And we don't need a lot of fertilizer, but it'd be nice to kind of keep a good soil going. Alright, so that was only 6,000, which means they're not going to need us for a while. So we'll back into our shop after and go do some precision farming work while this continues to work away. Alright, so it didn't take too long to get our samples back. pH, we gotta throw some stuff down, that's for sure, over here. But that's all tested. I went and did 143 again, and 144, 145 connected are completely done now. So we're good there. Well then, like I said, we'll have to do 139 and 138 again, and then kind of test that little opening down here as well. It'll have a lot left to actually open up, but now it should be good. Scores should end up becoming better, I hope. You know, we had pretty good yield off 144 in that area, so I'm hoping that carries over, because 145, our yield was, I guess I was hanging around 90%, but I didn't feel that way. Seed rate would be interesting to see what all that works out to. Like I said, right now we're just getting pH down. Just got back from town, which worked out. I knew we were going to need lime either way. It's not too crazy in there, but I think it's worth us putting it down and getting the lime levels into that greener bubble. So that's what we'll do. I'll probably, you know, even let a worker do this. We got auto drive set up to go into town to the nutrient store and take it from there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run back down and jump into the 365 and go get some grain. I did think about picking up the bales. Probably should have, but I'm going to wait until we collect those, because if I can move them all down there, that might be the easiest point of collection for us. Now over here, it said I missed a piece of corn. It's that little piece right there. So I'll have to go over that with the disc and remember to clean that up. There's the harvester. So timing's not bad. I'm hoping there's a lot more in there and the yield got better. Again, we don't really see that yield because we don't own the precision map on that soil yet. But we will. I've left it out so we can do that after we're done harvesting and get a scope of where that land we bought really sits. But yeah, I'm excited to try out the new enhanced animals instead of the realistic livestock. I don't know if it could have been the butcher shop affecting that as well, to be honest with you. It just seemed like every time we get to 13 head in the pen, they always died off. And it never wanted to stay at 13 or go above 13. So it was unfortunate, but that's the way it is. I'll turn our lights on here so we don't get backed into. But yeah, like I said, I wish we had more to show. I think us being able to double crop is going to help, though. Especially getting, you know, that winter sorghum in will be nice. Not sure what we'll see for an actual value on it, but it should help a little bit. But I don't think we'll see straw from the sorghum, if I remember correctly. I don't think it's been modified to leave straw on this map, which is fine. And yeah, this this hasn't really filled up still, so this is unfortunate. We're going to get another low count. I'm going to jump in here and I'll show you corn, 141,000. We did pretty well with that. That one field, I'm pretty stoked. Soybeans, just under 35,000. Not good for the two fields that we took it off of. We get a lot more straw. So, yeah, that's a little bit frustrating. So in the end, you know, we're looking at about $110,000 between the two crops. And I just want to, let's jump down here and see. Actually, Eco Soybeans biofuel plant. They will go for $12.54 next year. All right. So this will go to biofuel. Maybe sell everything point, but biofuel is what the map is technically set up for those. So that's going to be something to really ponder. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see more than a truckload on that. I mean, we haven't even hit 12,000. And he's on third headland now. So that's a bit frustrating. I can actually back right up here. I'll turn this around, get out of the way completely. Definitely have to sell off those bales. I mean, part of me says maybe I should load those up and send a rundown. Not gonna hurt us. You just would have to break off. I have to break off from doing lime because we don't have anything to pick up. Which takes me to my next question. Well, let's see what is in market. No, Gilly's pack. You got a little sugar beet picker. Definitely got a couple attachments here, but nothing's really looking worth buying right now. So, all right. We'll head back up. We got time. I just want to see how the line rate is going. Then we'll come back once we figure out, do we want to just break off and load those bales, get those in town? Being the harvester is taking forever. But I think that's what we'll do. So if you look at the F1 menu, we have an option to direct drill. So I'm pretty happy to see that. I had to check it out while our Nemesis is over running some fertilizer on our other small meadow that was not well fertilized. Just figured we had to empty out what was left for lime, which was like 1%, if that. So I had him just dust the fields a little more, but we'll head out, see if the harvester is got any more in it. Since you saw me unload the second time, we have not had to unload, and it has been over an hour in the game. I imagine the headlands are done. I wonder how far in we got here. So this could be a future problem. It almost makes me want to do this large field all corn. And then maybe try to come up with a dryer. But that's where my thought is. Like I said, I'm a little worried. The other two fields soybean, but maybe these get up to par. It's gonna be a massive field, so feel this could be the one corn and then the other two. We'll unload here. There we go. Well, a little over half it looks like this time, so we should have about 18 to 19,000 in here. Looks like our nemesis is all done spreading fertilizer on our meadow, our smaller meadow, so that's good. I'm excited for year 3 though. I think this is going to be a good expansion. We still got a long way to go with this. So this is not comforting at all. This looks like we would maybe see a truckload, if that, off our field. Which is frustrating. So we could end up with maybe 90,000 liters of 2 different beans. Total combined. That is tough. So I'm gonna wait to bale this. Weather should be fine for us to hopefully get this done tonight, and then maybe, if it's not too late, I'll run the baling out and we can collect those. But yeah, this is a little frustrating. I was hoping for a better yield, but this is part of the realism too. I mean, it's not always going to be a great turnaround in crops. Despite our yield numbers, our projections and all that, and what we did for the fields and preparing the crops. Just how it goes sometimes. It was a wet summer in game, and I guess that had an effect on us. So we'll shut this down for now. Kind of just sit here and yeah, trying to make sense of the bad yield. I mean, it's good yield, but low. I mean, yeah. No, see, yeah, this is just not good yield at all, actually. So I am right. 85%, 90. Looks like some 70, 75. This is just not good. So, I mean, we bought this field. We didn't do anything in this field, but I was hoping we'd get more from it to kind of pay the bills. That's a setback. Yeah. That is a setback. It's saying we're going to walk away with 10 grand on that, but when you add the value, it doesn't really change anything. What are we going to do, though? Yeah. That's tough. Now, on the other fields, obviously this area down here, Boggy Creek, I do want to buy this because I want to merge 140 with 141. There's a pond by 142, but we could maybe put all 3 of those even together. And that would become another field option. Boggy Creek itself. Let's get out of that mode. Boggy Creek itself is $34,000. And then we got 21. We'll say 10, so plus another 6. 31, 37. What I said Boggy Creek was 34. We're on to 35. So $72,000 for all of that. But that'd be another good little expansion for us. So something to think about. And there's a fair amount of woodland in there as well that we could open up. So that'd probably be my thought. I mean, there's always field 133. We already own the woods around it, which makes it kind of beneficial. It's a little hilly though. But that's 47,000. That's 23 acres. And we'll probably get another acre and a half out of that. So probably close to 25 acres. So that's an option. But yeah, we'll have to see. Now, I do want to check. pH is good in that field. Nitrogen went up a little bit. I really want to get that to a green state, though. I mean, it's not really... Am I getting an environmental score? I'm just not seeing it. 58 on that field. We lost money. Lime. We had already hit that. Hit it with some fertilizer. I mean, I almost want to ramp it up. But it is what it is. With that said, though, I think I'm going to call it an episode. We'll continue to work through the night here and hopefully get this field done. And then next episode will hopefully be turning in some money. Have some options. As it's about to hit 6 o'clock in the game, I say we take one last gander. Yeah, nothing has changed. But yeah, thank you all for sharing, liking, and the comments lately. It's been amazing. I appreciate all the feedback, the support, the sharing of the content. Till next time, Farmer Taz, out.